What's up, guys? It is January 5th. It's 8:30 a.m. and this is the crypto market update. So we got a pretty volatile morning here right now. So we see the dollar, we came up here, and what we did just right now is we filled this gap that we had set here back. It was January 3rd. So if I go to a very small time frame, we can see that gap right there, right here, and we have filled it. So we have officially filled it. So that is good as far as we can start to roll back down over here and like really have a true fall. But it could be a cause for some caution if we really start to, hold where we're at and start to push up here. So that is what I'm watching right now. We're at a critical point in the dollar as far as we could get a pretty big bounce if we continue to go up, because we were watching the 6-hour chart. We're watching that TSI and it looks like we're getting above it. So we definitely need to keep this on our radar for the dollar, because if we can continue to bounce here, then we're probably going to head up to 106, 107, could be even 108. But yeah, we filled the gap. That's the good thing about this. And now we just need to see how the rest plays out. On the shorter time frames, we do have 15-minute sell warning, but you can see how we fill these gaps. So this is the gap we just filled here. Then there was this gap from over here that we filled coming up here. And then there was a gap right here that we came down, we filled. So we ultimately do fill these gaps. But yep, so we fill the gap. I want to see us turn back over though. So bond yields. So pretty big spike in the bond yields this morning. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. Yeah, so we can see that we had a pretty good bounce from this level of support. And now we're heading up into some resistance. So let me drag this alert. So yeah, around 3.75%. We are pushing a little bit higher here. So yeah, so that's what I'm watching as far as that goes. And ultimately, we probably have to fill this gap in the bond yields as well too, right up here. So that's sitting around 3.9%. Right over there. Yeah, ultimately, I feel like that we do got to fill that, but then there's a gap down here. So likely after pushing up here, maybe hitting the 786. If I grab this top to this bottom, we stretch it out. The 786 is sitting right there. We get rejected, come back down, and ultimately fill this gap down here. So that's what I'm seeing that could play out there. Then we got the Nasdaq 100. Let me go to the 12-hour chart. So yesterday, this is what we were talking about with the wicks. So we actually had a good close yesterday. Actually, let me go to the daily chart, and we are holding that point. So we still need to continue to hold it. That is sitting at 10,785. We're at 10,866 right now. Yeah, we definitely need to hold that. And then on the lower side, it's looking like 10,683. So definitely a critical point to hold. Stock RSI is crossing up. TSI is getting close to crossing, not there yet. And the MACD is curling in. We need to see all those stars align and cross up for the momentum to head back up here. Bitcoin chart, 16,805. Let's go to the daily chart. All right. Let's see. So we're entering a moment that's pretty coiled up. So whichever direction we do send it up to or send it down to, it's going to be an explosive move. You can see how these void lines, which are basically like the Bollinger Bands, they're very kind of curled in here. It's very tight. And if we have a push up like this, that means the mouths are going to open up wide and we're going to have a strong move. And same to the downside as well too. But we want to see us kind of hold where we're at and start pushing up to the upside, because we are at a critical level as far as the charts go for Bitcoin. So 1-day chart, stock RSI did cross through the 50 line. That's a good sign, as well as the MACD is heading up green here and the TSI is crossed up. That's good, but we do want to get above the 50 line in the RSI here. Let's go to the 3-day chart. 3-day chart, I want to see the stock RSI cross up through and then this blue fall down and the pink cross through. If we're looking at the downside targets as far as where we could find some support at, definitely right here where we have like a lineup of this market structure band and the bottom channel, the void lines, that's sitting around like 16,000 to 16,300. So this zone right here is a good area of support. And then to the upside for resistance, we're at the middle line right here. So we are running into resistance right now. But ultimately, if we can get above these prior highs here, 17,800, then we can really start to send it up and we'll take this high to this low, stretch it out. And then we can see that if we can get above 20,000, man, 20,000 is that key level, 19,500 to 20,000, that if we can get above there and we hold that support and we're showing more like strong momentum, then we could send it right up to 26,000 and start kind of retesting these highs back over here set in August of 2022. Now let's go to XRP. We're sitting at like 34 cents. So we're sitting at 34 cents right now. We're looking at the 1-day chart. We still didn't get the 2-day buy now or the 3-day buy now. So we do have our support still sitting here around like 32.5 cents. I wouldn't be surprised to maybe even see another kind of wick down here, another kind of flush out. So that's definitely in the cards. So I'm going to put this alert down here for that. That's around 32.5 cents. Yep. And then to the upside, we definitely need to break above this downwards resistance. So we have this coming down like that. So we're at another coil up moment. I mean, we've been at it. We can even stretch it out from all the way back here around June of last year. Like, look how tight we are. I'll even hide these to make it clear. And you can see just how tight we are right now. We're at a critical moment. So definitely need to be on our A game for this one, because it does look like we could come down here. And if we do break that 32 cents, we could come down to 27 cents. So you definitely want to be on your radar for that. And we do have on the 1-day chart, the stock RSI crossing down, coming down here, and we've rejected off that 50 line. Then let's go to the 2-day chart. Yeah, you can even see how this stretches up even higher like that. Could even put it up here. We're at the moment, guys. We're at the moment of a big move. So I'd want to definitely be on alert for the Discord for what we're saying in there, because we're at the moment where we need to take some action. So let us put this kind of like this too. And you can see we're coiling up in a wedge as well. And then we have this bigger pattern like that. And then we actually have this coming down like this, acting as another kind of area where it was resistance, resistance, resistance. We broke above support, support. So we're at this juncture here. We do see the MACD curling in, trying to flip bullish on the 2-day chart. And let's check the 3-day chart. We're trying to do the same here, but until we get that cross up, the direction is to the downside. So we need to watch that. I wouldn't be surprised if we did come back down, retest some of this wick down here. So let's keep going on that, because we're seeing that to be the case for XRP right now. We're sitting around like 0.3393. Then let's go to the 3-day chart for XLM. So XLM, actually we're on the 6-hour now, and we are trying to flip this EMA ribbon, but right now it looks like we're gonna break through it. We do see the momentum coming to the downside with the stock RSI and the TSI looking like it wants to cross over in the MACD. So we do see that in the 6-hour chart. Let's check the 12-hour. 12-hour, we did see the ribbon flip from red to green. We could come down here and just retest it as support. So I'm going to put this down here. And then the 1-day chart, let's look at that. 1-day chart is seeing some momentum. We did see a 1-day buy now on this candle come in. Let's look at TSI. We're crossed up. We still need to see some more here. We need to see a bigger push. Definitely want to see a bigger push. Songbird's holding up pretty well right now. Let's look at the 12-hour chart. So we still have the prepare to sell soons. No sell now yet on Songbird. Let's go to the 6-hour. And let's put this trend line coming up like this. Still no 6-hour sell now. We see that trend line coming up like that. So we're going to see a move here pretty soon for Songbird. Then we can kind of take this trend line like this. And we see that we're going to have to push up to really stay in this kind of upwards momentum. If we do break down here, the odds are that we're going to get a sell now signal come in. So that's what we're watching for Songbird. Songbird against XRP is doing phenomenal. Like, look at that. Beanstalk candle. Beanstalk. And we have the prepare to sell soon on the 1-day for this. So waiting for that 1-day sell now. Then let's go into Quant. 1-day chart. I'm going to go to the 3-day actually. 3-day is looking pretty nice. Stock RSI looking like it wants to cross up. TSI and MACD looking like it wants to cross. The 50 lines getting knocked on right now for the RSI. And we're trying to push through some of this key kind of this like block of resistance right here. If we can press up through that, come back down, hold as support, then we'll be on our way for Quant. Then another one I want to take a look at is Casper. Let's look at this 1-day chart. We are in a kind of a channel right here. So let me put this horizontal line right there. And then I'll put a horizontal line right here. And we've kind of just been, and let me hide some of these. So we've just been bouncing back and forth between this channel. And right now we're at like kind of the middle point, which we did get a rejection at right here. So I want to see us get above there, and then we can target up here. So these are 3 main points: 0.0259, 0.0316, 0.0385. And until we can, right now, we got rejected up here, so we need to hold down here. If we get above here, we need to take out up here, and we need to hold here if we get above here. So that's what we need to be watching for that. I do see on some of these time frames though, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, you're seeing the pink cross through the blue, meaning the bullish momentum taking over. TSI's crossed, stock RSI's crossed. So the momentum is looking to the upside for that. And then it's looking like the dollar, one last check-in on this. We are kind of heading a little higher here, but we have not yet breached these highs set back January 3rd. So let me put this alert back up over here. And then, yeah, so that's what we got to be watching today, guys. Yep. So we're at a critical level for the dollar, and for the cryptos, we're at a critical level, and we got to just make sure if we pull back down here, we're holding these lows, or we could start to retest some of these lower numbers here. But I do think if we do start to retest some of these lower numbers here, that will be kind of the low that we set for 2023. And then it's over with. Then it's all upside. So either or, I'm cool with it. I would love lower prices because that just means we can pick up more coins for a cheaper discount, right? I mean, we all know ultimately at the end of the day where all of these things are going to be, and it's not going to take long. So I welcome lower prices, but if it wants to shoot up high right now, so be it. Either or I'm cool with. If it goes up, if it goes down, we got a game plan for it. So that's going to be it, guys. I'll see you in the Discord. The link will be in the bio. Come join it. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification bell for real-time updates. We're pushing out a lot of videos, and we're going to continue to do that. So I'm going to jump into some newsletters today, some deep dives. It's been a bit. Feels good to be back. So I'll see you guys in the Discord and in those videos.